Hello and welcome back to Bullseye Games. Today I've got a White Forest deck profile for you. I usually don't do deck profiles without attributing some sort of achievement with it, like where it's OTS regional or higher top like YCS etc. But a few people have asked for it, so I'll definitely give a deck profile out, and I suppose I've got EXO at a few locals, I guess. Some people that is an achievement, and that's perfectly fine. So before we get into the deck profile, I do have some sponsor shoutouts. So if you go to kongscards.co.uk, I'll put a link in the description, etc., and use code TEAMKONG5, you get 5% off all of your orders. It is all pre-orders for new sets and everything, and it's where I get all of my nice shiny cards from. And without further ado, let's get right on into the deck profile. So starting with the main deck, we'll play 3 Astella, 3 LZ, 2 Sylvie and 1 Rusia. So there is an argument for playing 2 Rusia, and the reason we play 2 Sylvie is you need a second, or you need one in deck for Astella, but combined with, say, Toy Box, it can be a starter as well. But in this version, because I play the Fiendsmith cards, LZ tends to be slightly stronger, because it means you can establish a Caesar or something before you commit your normal summon. But overall, I think Astella is the better of the two. And for the toys, it's quite simple. We play 2 Soldier, 1 Tank, and 3 Toy Box. So I've seen people playing a lot more, say, Soldiers, because 3, but it doesn't really do much on its own. Accessing box is nice, but there's only so much of these you actually want, because it's only going to be good if you've got a way to send them off. So if you've got an LZ or an Astella, or in some cases a Rusia. And I found having the 6 copies is just about enough. Tank is very good, but it doesn't do anything on its own. You do need another card. But I do like it. And also, to fit everything in, I've had to trim down stuff. We play 1 Primera, 1 Trudea. That's it for the Centurion monsters, just 1/1. I've seen people play Gargoyle, but I play Wake Up instead. The reason for this is Gargoyle is a hard brick, whereas Wake Up isn't the worst brick. It's not ideal, but you can send it off LZ and then add it back later off Diabells if needed. Or Diabell, I should say, not Diabells. So it's not too bad. And I do play one more target, so I'll play Centurion Phalanx to send with the Wake Up. And of course the field spell kind of need that. You can cut Phalanx, and in the build that I play with 3 Engravers, as well as Detract and Lyrate, I do cut the Phalanx. As well as I cut these as well, but these are really cool. So that's the Centurion engine. Also, any one of these 3 is full Calamity Lock combo, which is kind of nice. So if you there are some hands where you'll just have like a bunch of non-engine, or like one of the pieces. So this was, for example, or the Primera. So it does get you there, which is quite decent. I play 1 Illusion of Chaos and then 1 Magician Souls. So you can play Diabellstar the Black Witch as well if you want to expand outwards and go into a different route, because you can send Diabellstar with Magician Souls and then access Selene, because everything's a spellcaster, to bring it back. But I'm just playing the 1/1 for now. I was playing Prep of Rites originally as well. So 1/1 with a Preparation of Rites, because it's a spell, which means you can send it off of your White Forest monsters, which is kind of nice. But these are cuttable if you want to play more Engravers, etc. But these are, with Toy Box, it's incredible. You draw 2, you're going to pop off. Lets you establish. So the Soldier can add Sylvie, your special tank out. You can go into Fiendsmith combos, get Caesar, and then you can tribute tank to special the Sylvie, search Tails, and then you actually get going without using your normal summon. We'll play 1 Engraver, and that's it for the main deck Fiendsmith engine in this build. Again, you can play more, but for this build, 1 is perfectly fine. Does everything you need it to do. I don't really play any hand traps. The reason for that is because in this deck you need spells and traps to be able to trigger all of your effects, and drawing cards like Ash Blossom, Effect Veiler, etc., they're not going to work with the non-engine isn't going to work with your deck. There is an argument for Imperm, however Imperm on its own isn't strong enough, and in the current format you need a good 2 to 3 hand traps to actually play, and you need a Nibiru combined with something to really play. We don't have room for any of that stuff, so I've opted for my only hand traps, so to say, in the main deck are Bestials, because they work. Rather than negating something, it can cut off a key engine point for your opponent. So against Snake Eye Fiendsmith, for example, you can cut out Engraver, you can cut out IP Masquerena, and they're going to be your main 2 hits. And not only that, it's super easy with these to establish a Chaos Angel, a Light and Dark Chaos Angel specifically. It happened in locals yesterday. I got shifted, so I was like, right, I'll normal soldier, add a box, summon Baldrake, banish in the shifter, make Chaos Angel the defense, and then pass. They either have to have an imperm or like it just sits there and they can't deal with it. So it's kind of nice, and obviously it increases credible interruptions. There's a cool thing you can actually do as well with Druid's Worm specifically, because it sends. So obviously when you make Chaos Angel with it, you get to banish and send, and you can use Toy Tank if you've got a toy box on field to tribute, and then it can bring back any of the Bestials. Magnum is okay for the searching obviously, or the add back, but Druid's Worm is usually the best because it's more removal. So they're the only main deck hand traps, so to speak. So more engine, I've got 1 Tails, pretty self-explanatory, it adds all the stuff, and then I'll play 1 Woes. You can play more of the Tails, however, because it does have a condition to activate, such as Controlling Illusion or Spellcaster. It can sometimes get a bit awkward, where because none of the toys are actually spellcasters or illusions. And same with the Fiendsmith line. There are some very, very weird scenarios where I've had to go into a Silhouette Rabbit because it's an illusion, so I can actually trigger the Tails. It's very weird, but it's something that sometimes has to do. So 1's fine. It's good to search off the combo because you don't always want to search Woes first because you need the extra spells and traps to discard. If you know there's not going to be a draw there, for example. For the non-engine, I play 2 Thrust, 1 Talent, 1 Callby, 3 Droplet, 3 Dark Ruler, and then of course Azaroon to search off the rabbit. I found Dark Ruler is incredible in this deck, because you don't need to OTK that turn because your end board is so strong. If you can clear the board and set up Calamity, you're probably going to win. Even setting up Blazar or other interrupts such as Silveras and ways to access it via like Diabell and things, super strong. Chaos Angel is really hard for a lot of decks to out, especially if it's light and dark. The 2 Thrust acts as extra talents. You can do something cool with Thrust as well. If you get Drolled, you can Thrust set either talents or one of your engine cards, send it off with a cost, add it back with Diabell, and then you can play it. You can do this if your opponent has any monsters as well, if you need to set with Thrust. So you can access engine cards with this, which is kind of nice. Thrust into Dark Rule is also nice too. I did test evenly matched as well, but it conflicted with Bestials and other things a bit too much, so I decided against it. So that's it for the main deck, and now onto the extra deck. Extra deck's pretty simple. Play 1 Rosillo, 1 Silvera, 1 Diabell. You only need 1 of each because you can recycle them. Bestials do hurt, but it is what it is. I play 1 Auxilla to access the Centurion stuff because you go Diabell into Auxilla and it works. 1 Crimson Dragon to access the Blazar and the Calamity. Play 1 Chaos Angel. This card's really amazing. I wish I could play more, but it's space issues. The reason I have space issues is because of the Fiendsmith engine, which requires a Moon, Requiem, Necroquip, and a Caesar. So that's 4 spots in the extra deck already done. I would also like to play Zapper Shrimp for Diabell, but because of cards like D-Barrier, I do need to expand out, so that's why half my extra deck is not going to be as affected by D-Barrier, because they're obviously going to call it Synchros. So I play 1 Rabbit, 1 SP. I was playing Link Spider as well for the last slot, because if you get Nibiru, you needed something you can make with that to access these, because all the other links require effect monsters. And then I was like, I'll just put IP in, because you can do the same thing anyway. A token and another monster can turn into IP, and then that can turn into SP on their turn, etc. So, and it's another end board piece, which is kind of nice. Means SP is one of your better removal pieces, along with Chaos Angel. So having the ability to do both of these on your opponent's turn is really cool. Yeah, pretty simple. And the side deck. So you'll see what I mean about hand traps that don't really negate things in here. So we've obviously got 3 Mulchammy Perulia because the card's busted. It's just going to give you more advantage. Phantasme, another card, which is incredible at the moment. It's going to give you more advantage. Going to let you draw into your non-engines such as Dark Rulers, Droplets, that sort of thing. And then I've decided on 3 Ghost Reaper. So the reason I played 3 Ghost Reaper is because we're already playing the Fiendsmith stuff, and if you can hit a Fiendsmith Requiem out of the opponent's extra deck, it cuts off a lot of things. So they already have to have access to more Engravers, and then somehow get into a sequence and then make Lacrima to add the Requiem back, and I don't think they're going to go through all that effort, because they're going to need to special a monster back with the Lacrima to actually extend more usually. And it just wipes out things. And it's not the reason why these are all good is because they're not bad to draw for turn. So Mulch, if you draw it for turn, you can still drop it and it doesn't do anything. Or you could drop it, and if they do something like Flamberge, special Ash, Search Pop, special Pop, is that you get a draw. There are some niche scenarios where this will work. It's good against Bestials as well if they try to counter you. Phantasme, it's not the worst to draw for turn, because if they go Flamberge Summon out IP, you can drop it then. And Reaper, if you draw it for turn, they can go IP effect, you can chain it, and then you can hit one of the biggest threats in the extra deck, which is the SP. So again, all not bad to draw for turn. 3 Dogwood, because time is a real thing. You're playing a deck that's less known, so people are going to read your cards more, etc. And it's just a stupid card, to be honest. In the current state of the game, it's broken. I played 2 Cosmic and 1 Duster, so there is an argument for playing a 3 Cosmic. However, Duster is searchable via Thrust, so I've opted for 2-1. These are really cool because you can add them back. So against like stun decks, you can Cosmic the threat like Skill Drain, etc., or like another Floodgate, and then you can use Diabell to add back the Cosmic. And if they try to imperm it, you can bounce it with Sylvie or Lucia. It's really cool. Same with Duster, obviously. And then I play 1 D barrier because Thrust. So acts as you're playing 3 D barrier because you play 2 Thrust. And it's just another stun card. I just wanted another option for going first for siding patterns, because you're always going to be siding out Dark Rulers going first, and I like to side out 1 Droplet as well at least. Mainly because you don't want to be drawing droplets going first, because you're going to run into a lot more back row removals, that sort of thing. Because they might be expecting 3 skill drains, because you can play under skill drain quite well because of things like Blaze Art and your little girls making your synchronous dodge. So I've opted for 1 Deep Barrier. That's the list. I'm quite happy with it, it's done quite well. There's no cards I'd really want to change other than adding in more Fiendsmith stuff into the main deck. I just need to actually acquire the cards. So the swaps are these 2, this. I actually take out 1 Droplet as well, and then this can become 2 more Engravers, 1 Tract, and 1 Lurry. So that's it for the deck profile. Do leave your comments in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let everyone know the good stuff. And I'll be coming out with more combo videos as well, more forest related ones, so rather than just using the Centurions to access Calamity, etc. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.